It started with a seismic ripple across social media, one that echoed far beyond North America and Europe. As Kendrick Lamar and SZA concluded their sold-out run through major cities like Los Angeles, New York, Detroit, and Toronto, fans were left in awe, flooded with visuals, reviews, and viral footage from a tour that reshaped the meaning of stadium performance. But now, the story has entered a new chapter. A surprise announcement has ignited anticipation across Latin America. Kendrick Lamar is officially bringing the Grand National Tour to Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, and Chile, an expansion that signals not just a new leg of the tour, but a cultural statement. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. For months, speculations simmered. Would Lamar take GNX beyond the Atlantic? Europe was always expected. After all, his presence in cities like Paris and London had already been teased through ticket vendor leaks and promoter chatter. But the moment Lamar confirmed Latin America, everything changed. This isn't just a few dates tagged onto the end of a successful world tour. This is a deliberate cultural bridge, one that Kendrick is building between Compton and the Spanish and Portuguese-speaking world. Opening these historic shows are Argentine rap duo Ca7riel and Paco Amoroso, an experimental, genre-blending force who represent the energetic core of the South American underground scene. Their inclusion isn't random. It's calculated. Kendrick has always chosen openers that serve the tour's broader aesthetic and message. Just like DJ Mustard's curation of the American dates underscored the West Coast revival, this pairing signals Kendrick's intention to anchor himself in the cultural pulse of each region. It's not just a performance. It's immersion. The Grand National Tour is a machine fueled by narrative and spectacle. And it's coming off a monumental high. At its core, the tour promotes Lamar's latest album, GNX, a project laced with psychological warfare, lyrical bombshells, and textured production that spans jazz, trap, gospel, and stripped-down orchestration. But perhaps no single has defined the moment more than Not Like Us, the viciously brilliant diss track aimed at longtime rival Drake. The song has remained a cultural force since it first dropped, soundtracking everything from club nights to political TikToks. It topped charts, fueled debates, and brought a scorched earth energy to Lamar's live sets. As Kendrick's team released the new dates, Latin American fans flooded social media with reactions, from shocked excitement to tears. This isn't just a tour stop. This is a moment generations of hip-hop lovers have been waiting for. It's the acknowledgement that Latin America isn't an afterthought. It's an essential chapter in global Black music culture. That acknowledgement is showing up in cities where rap has historically existed on the margins, despite deeply rooted movements and communities. The first new show is set for August 23rd in Mexico City at Estadio GNP Seguros. The venue, which has hosted everyone from The Weeknd to Dua Lipa, will transform into a cauldron of hip-hop history. Thousands will pack into its massive bowl to witness the GNX stage, a minimalist yet emotionally loaded set design featuring stark red backdrops, fractured mirrors, and symbolic light cues that tell stories as much as Lamar's lyrics do. Mexico has always had a strong rap scene, but rarely has it received the full weight of a global star's vision like this. 4 days later, Lamar heads south to Bogotá, Colombia for an August 27th performance at the Vive Claro Arena. This show is set to be one of the most emotionally charged of the entire tour. Bogotá has long been a hotbed of political activism and musical experimentation. With tracks like Man at the Garden and TV Off in his current setlist, songs that challenge imperialism, identity, and the voyeurism of celebrity, Kendrick's voice will resonate powerfully in a country still wrestling with its own cultural dualities. By August 30th, the tour touches down in São Paulo, Brazil at Allianz Parque. Brazil, known for its vibrant rap and funk scenes, offers an audience that deeply understands rhythm, protest, and passion. Fans there have already created viral mashups blending GNX tracks with Bale funk remixes, demonstrating the cross-cultural appetite for Kendrick's artistry. The São Paulo stop could prove to be one of the loudest, most frenetic nights of the year, a spiritual parallel to Kendrick's explosive shows in Atlanta and Chicago earlier in the summer. Then there's Argentina. The Buenos Aires show, scheduled for October 4th at Estadio River Plate, marks one of the largest single-night capacities on the entire tour. What makes this stop unique isn't just the scale, but the timing. Coming at the start of spring in the Southern Hemisphere, it positions Kendrick's arrival as a seasonal rebirth for local hip-hop fans. The energy will be unmatched, especially with local heroes Ca7riel and Paco Amoroso sharing the stage. Santiago, Chile rounds out the South American dates on October 7th at Estadio Monumental. Chilean fans are known for their intensity, passion, and fierce loyalty. They've waited for years for a performance of this magnitude, and if Lamar's previous tours are any indication, he'll reward them with an emotional, possibly unreleased track or tribute tailored for the moment. He's done it before, from surprise verses in Oakland to dedications in Toronto. Santiago could be the site of another spontaneous Kendrick moment that lives on forever in viral footage and fan lore. But even with these dates announced, the energy doesn't slow. Just weeks after the South American stretch, Kendrick will travel to Australia, where he's already scheduled to hit Melbourne's AAMI Park on December 3rd and Sydney's Allianz Stadium on December 10th. These final shows cap a global sprint that few hip-hop artists have ever attempted at this scale. Let's rewind briefly to the Europe dates that build toward the Latin America expansion. Kendrick begins the European leg on July 2nd in Cologne, Germany at Rheinenergie Stadion, a city and venue with deep historical roots. He then doubles down in Frankfurt on July 4th and 5th at Deutsche Bank Park, a rare back-to-back setup that reflects overwhelming ticket demand. From there, he touches down in Glasgow on July 8th at Hampden Park, then moves to Birmingham's Villa Park on July 10th. Each of these cities has hosted legends, but Kendrick arrives not as a participant, he arrives as the main event. Amsterdam on July 13th at Johan Cruyff Arena. Paris on the 15th and 16th at Paris La Défense Arena. Cardiff on the 19th at Principality Stadium. London on July 22nd and 23rd at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Lisbon on July 27th. Barcelona on July 30th. Rome on August 2nd. Warsaw on August 6th. Stockholm on August 9th. These are more than tour stops. They are cultural battlegrounds where Kendrick Lamar, album by album, has built a loyal, analytical, global fan base that connects to his introspective themes and confrontational style. By the time Kendrick touches down in Latin America, the GNX experience will have evolved. His set lists often change, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically, as he responds to political events, crowd energy, or spontaneous creative impulses. South America won't just receive a carbon copy of what fans in New York or Berlin saw. They'll get something shaped by the heat, language, resistance, and musical lineage of the region. Kendrick's choice of collaborators also matters here. His inclusion of Ca7riel and Paco Amoroso isn't a courtesy or a cosign. It's a co-creation. These artists aren't openers in the traditional sense. They are co-architects of a space that fuses their rhythmic experimentation with Kendrick's precise storytelling. That synergy is what makes this tour different from legacy artists going global with canned performances. Every region gets a slightly different Kendrick because he respects each culture's context and musical heritage. There's also something symbolically full circle about Kendrick's GNX tour heading to Latin America at this moment in his career. He's no longer the hungry rapper from Compton trying to break through. He's not even just the Pulitzer Prize-winning lyricist or the chart-topping juggernaut who humbled the biggest names in hip-hop. He's a cultural diplomat now, a generational voice whose movement touches struggles across hemispheres. The Grand National Tour isn't just Kendrick Lamar's most ambitious endeavor. It's possibly hip-hop's most important world tour of the decade. And now, with Mexico and South America added to its itinerary, its impact is reaching revolutionary proportions. Fans who have waited years, in some cases, their entire lives, to see him live will finally witness the fusion of vision, message, and performance that defines the GNX experience. They aren't just buying tickets. They're entering history. And for Kendrick, this is more than just a victory lap. It's the affirmation that his message is global, and the revolution he leads through rhythm, rhyme, and resistance still has miles left to go. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.